All right, here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Everside Questers Pathfinder 2nd Edition games in the Abomination Vaults. Thank you all so much for joining us today as we get started playing and actually, maybe adventuring to the Gauntlight Keep. Now that we got the band back together, so much fun getting the characters together. At least with the Abominations Vault, they gave me a reason why everyone would come together. So there's a loose connection, although we do have the brotherly connection between Crunk and Growler. How's everyone doing tonight, and how are you all doing tonight, guys?
I'm doing great.
There we go. All right. Scott's doing great.
He's still on this side of the grass.
Exactly.
I'm doing acceptably.
Acceptably. Nice. Was not expecting that one. That's good. All right. What was I going to say? Some kind of... content warnings. Yes, content warnings. I've put those in the description for this live stream, and it's also in the live stream chat. There may be scenes of suicide, ableism, body horror, not body hoarding, although that could be a content warning, and human experimentation. Also, another bit of content warning, if you or any of your players, if your GM or one of your players would like to play this game, if you're a player as well, and you don't want to get ruined by what's being done in this game, then definitely you might want to seek out another live stream or another game as well, because we will be playing this in its full content without any kind of modifications or updates. So if you've played this, then great. Watch along and we'll see how everyone here, my crew, plays this game out. Otherwise, if you're new to the Abomination Vaults, haven't played it yet, haven't seen it, and you're curious to play it, maybe check another video or come back another time, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, with that, you all remember what happened last time in our game of session 1 here of getting everyone together.
Yeah, we played the worst game of blackjack ever.
See who got to 21 first. Speaking of the, I'm assuming you're meaning with the initiative score there?
Oh, the tarot cards as well.
Oh, yes. As Wrin Zavinzi there was dealing out some tarot cards and kind of aligning everyone with their potential destinies, so to say. But yes, Wrin Zavinzi, the local, I guess you could say oracle or soothsayer here, has had some visions of an oncoming future and seeing some things that not everyone else can see. And she has sent out missives to summon some adventurers, and those adventurers heard the call and have made their way here. And those adventurers being Narknad, our psychic, kobold psychic, being played by Scott. We have Crunk, the orc druid, as you may have seen from the beginner's box, being played by Sean, who is unfortunately out for tonight due to medical reasons. Nothing major, just a hard day of, intense labor and whatnot. So he's taking the night off to recover from his headaches and whatnot. So we wish him well, and hopefully we'll see him next week. We also have our skeleton bard being played by Mike, and Growler, the orc barbarian, being played by Eric. And these are the adventurers that had heeded the call and made their way together. Luckily, due to the way the cards had turned out, Growler and Crunk being, I guess it would be half-brothers, met for the first time in a long time. And were reunited together under this banner in Otari here. And Herr Doctor saying, you could say 2 of them were already there. Yes, true. Technically, 2 of the adventurers were already here, with Xylo being the last one to come together. Narknad being from Absalom, if I remember correctly, made a short journey over. And then with the 3 orcs and the kobold, had to go literally dig up their last companion, although Wrin was not too aware of the fact that, they would be adventuring with a skeleton. Just that their person should be met in the cemeteries here in Otari, up atop of the, what is this place called? The Dawnflower Library? Yes, there is the Dawnflower Library down here, and up above on the cliffside edge is the cemetery for and graveyard for Otari. And with that, Wrin had gave out some calls and some concerns about Gauntlight Keep that is shining a blue light that she has noticed. And as we start to proceed into the darkness, she gathers you all to come out from underneath her tent and point up to the northwest or so to give you an idea of what she's talking about. And she brings you all outwards and says, if you look up towards the northern sections, you will see a light shining down this way. And this is the light I am ever so concerned about. Not everyone else can see this light. And she gestures towards it, and you all should be able to see that light now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that is Gauntlight Keep, and there is a, what is it? Just forgot the word for it. A lighthouse, there we go. Basically a lighthouse at this keep here in the Fog Fens. I believe that's it. Yes, the Fog Fens. And whenever you are ready to travel to the Gauntlight Keep, it is roughly a half-mile march out of town. You will head up towards the stone circle here of the druids, gesturing towards Crunk, which she looks at Crunk saying, I'm sure you are very well aware of the location there. And you will take the trail through the woods north of here, up towards Gauntlight Keep, whenever you are ready. As it is growing late in the evening, maybe not the best time to go tonight, and the daylight may be better suited for exploring the ruins of Gauntlight itself. And she gestures to either the group here as to what your next moves may be.
I suppose we should find lodging.
Ah, yes, lodging, and she speaks up rather quickly. There are 2 locations here in town if you need lodging. There is the Crook's Nook, which is just over the bridge here in town, and the Crook's Nook is run by Yin Yasmera. You can find her there. Plenty of beverages, meals, and lodging at your disposal, as well as the Rowdy Rockfish, which is run by Brelda. And they deal with meals, beverages, and lodgings as well. So the choice is yours if you require any of the 2 establishments here to find yourself some lodging.
Do you know which one would be more willing to host non-humans in the rooms?
More than likely, either place is going to be easy enough to host non-humans. We have a very diverse amount of humanoids here, so you shouldn't be too worried about that, but I would probably suggest the Crook's Nook if you're a little more concerned about that. The place is a little bit more rowdy, but they probably will look the other way if you have any kind of problems going on. The other location, the Rowdy Rockfish, is more of a quiet and quaint tavern. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's perhaps the one that we're going to want to go to then.
Okay. Well, if you head back out to the main intersection in town and head directly south on the Rose Guard Road, you'll find it just to the west of the Otari Market. So, yeah, you'll just come on down, and the Rowdy Rockfish is this building on top of the bridge here.
And look at the party members. Everyone agree?
Yes.
I will grunt and nod.
All right, and with that, Crunk goes to the group. He goes, me go back to Stone Circle, not stay in town against druid ways, and we'll meet back up later, as he gives you your farewells and gives his brother a good hearty headbutt goodbye for the time being. So Crunk will, since he is not here to be played, he will disembark from you all and head on over to the Stone Circle, where he will stay for the night, or at least in his area, somewhere in the woods where he's been staying and holding up.
Just bear it in. I can't control my token.
Really? Anyone else having token issues?
Oh yeah.
I can't either.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. One
I
moment.
have TI token issues.
Let's see.
What
here.
if I? No, that doesn't.
Figure ownership.
Come on,
Try-
everybody. Ping rave.
Yeah, you might need to edit the prototype.
Try reloading the game real quick and see if there's an issue there.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm obviously not having any issues.
You
dragging.
cannot. Oh, the game is paused.
Oh, that's why. Thank
Thank
you. I forgot about that. Okay, now you guys should have
Look at that! Woo!
just roadrunnering right through the buildings.
I'll be another 30 minutes. I'm reloading the game, Andy.
Oh, sorry.
So, Zyla, what do you eat? Do you eat people?
Calcium,
Calcium people? There's calcium in people,
bones,
which are in people.
also animals, and people.
Interesting.
And I don't
You found-
remember if it's I don't remember if like skeleton healing is actually like they absorb the bones into themselves or they just do like an ad hoc replacement
Replace?
surgery.
So, if we were in a cave and we found some like calcium deposit, would you eat that?
I honestly don't know if because he's undead, I think it has to be like organic calcium.
Gotcha.
So had to have been bones. Or has to be bones.
Okay. As you guys make your way on over to the Crook's Nook here, there's no issues. It takes a little bit of time to get your way down here, but you can see the more quiet nature of the town as it's getting darker, as shown here. So people viewing my screen can see I have the GM lights up, so I can see a little bit better of what's going on. All right, shift you guys on down. All right. And with that, you guys head on in to grab yourselves a room for the night.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So you walk into the Crook's Nook, and the place is rather rowdy. There is a lot going on here. Lots of people eating, dining. They're dining, they're drinking, they're having a good time. The interesting thing about this place is that in the floor, in the floors of the tavern here, there are hatches opened up, and a couple of these hatches, people are quite literally fishing out of these hatches in the main dining hall of the Crook's Nook here. And another interesting thing you notice as you walk into the Crook's Nook is that a couple people are wrestling. And as you watch, they're wrestling near this opening, and eventually one of the two patrons gets the upper hand and basically kind of kicks them off them and into the opening of this hatch, and they scrabble to try and grab for the ledge and totally fail their reflex save and fall a couple feet down into the stream below and just splash. And you hear a bunch of people who originally were eating and dining and whatnot hear the splash, turn, look, and then just start laughing, go back to what they were doing, and within a few moments the place returns to normal ? But yes, you have yourselves the Crook's Nook here, tavern and fishing spot apparently, and dining and lodging.
All right. All sorts of entertainment here.
Oh yes, definitely. So, as you walk in, you see behind the counter of the bar a couple bartenders, but one person in particular, as was retroactively described to you from Wrin, the woman Yin Yasmera. Yin Yasmera is a human female, and she is here I'll just show you. This is Yin Yasmera here, younger woman, and owner of the Crook's Nook. And you can see her just kind of watching, laughing, and kind of monitoring things as people are dining, ordering food and beverages, and kind of maybe even taking bets about who is going to fall through the hatches as people wrestle around and what have you. What would you like to do?
I would like
guess
to find a small table
Mm-hmm.
for us to sit at, which I will thoroughly clear of any other patrons that may be at it.
Oh yeah, you do find a smaller table with maybe one person sitting at it, and you go over to kind of knock them out of there to get it, to have them move on.
I'll pat the gentle person on the back, pick him up, and throw him into a hatch.
Okay. So as you pat him on the back, you get this like brush off. You guys, get another table, and looks at you, looks up at you, and then turns back to whatever he was doing, eating or drinking. But yeah, so go ahead and give me. Let's see here. No, I don't need a save. I want the other one here. Give me an athletics check. See about grabbing this dude.
He's not grabbing, he's aiding him out the hatch, that's all.
Right?
He's gonna succeed whether he likes it or not.
Yes, definitely a success as you quickly grab and dispose of this person down one of the open hatches, maybe next to one of the people fishing along the line. He's like, what are you doing here? Come on now, I haven't finished my drink. And
Bye.
yes, you quickly deposit him down one of the hatches, and suddenly a small table has freed up in the Crook's Nook here.
And I will sit down at the table and finish his drink.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna sit down with him. Good thinking, Growler. Keep a low profile.
What are you doing? Go ahead, sorry.
Real low now.
Narknad, what are you doing as Grawler and Xylo do this?
I would join them at the table.
Okay.
Obviously, with them, I'll be with the big scary guy. No one's gonna mess with us.
Right. So, seeing this, Yin Yasmera comes out from behind the table and with a bit of a small smile comes up to the three of you and goes, "Well, that's the first time I've ever seen anyone free up a table like that before. What are you all doing here? And thank you for choosing the Crook's Nook tonight for, what is it you're having? Dining? Staying? Drinking? What's your pleasure?"
All the above.
Yeah.
Ah, perfect. My favorite kinds of patrons here. What can I get you? And she'll snap her fingers and someone comes on over quick to take any kind of an order from you.
Sustenance.
Well, we are
Food
known
and ale.
We are known for our fine, select and fresh seafoods, which is generally our main dishes here. And she'll go off and list a few things, generally all fish meals, more or less. You can either get some kind of like a fresh fish or like a shellfish, whatever you'd like. But she'll take the orders and they rush off to get you whatever you'd like. So, what brings you all to Otari this late at night? I haven't seen any of you before.
The fresh fish, obviously.
Oh, has word gotten around that easily? In any event, she, after some time and a little bit of small talk, she comes back, the food is brought back and to your tables here. So, real talk though, what brings you to Otari? I haven't seen any of you before here, and I do get to know the people of Otari pretty well.
Oh, I've been in the area for a while, but this is the first time I've actually come to check it out in a while. It's good to see how the town's progressed a bit.
Ah, so you've you've been away from Otari then, it sounds like?
I was just buried in things. You know how it is.
Oh, definitely know how that goes. Here come the puns. Very nice. And looking over at the rather massive Grawler, he's not much for talking, is he? That's this one over here.
It seems like eating, drinking, and fighting is his forte.
Well, that's good to know. Maybe occasionally when we have some kind of a wrestling match, maybe he'd be up for some entertainment and maybe even prize money.
I have a feeling that he might.
Yes, and speaking about prize money, I'm sure Grawler, as you already noted. Go ahead, you got anything to say about that?
Oh, I perked up the moment I heard fighting.
Yes. Well, not so much as the sense of arena fighting, but more of skills of strength and agility and wrestling. As you may have seen when you walked in, there was a couple here already testing to see who was the braver of the two. We do these small little skirmishes at night here, but we do occasionally once a month have a much bigger festivity where, people test their luck and do some kind of a, bracketed system of a tournament to see who would come out on top.
Okay.
Well said.
Yes, indeed. Well, in any event, will you be staying with us tonight? Do you have a place to stay?
I would actually like to rent lodging from you for the night.
Ah, excellent, excellent. Are you all staying in the same room, or would you require separate lodging?
I would have no problem sharing a room with them.
Share. It's cheaper.
Okay. Well, I don't have the prices for everything off the top of my head right now, so we will worry about how much that costs off air later on. So, if there's anything else you'd like to talk to Yin Yasmera for anything, you can you have her ear at the moment. Otherwise, we can just kind of move through the night.
Yeah, I'll pick her brains about Gauntlight Tower, actually.
Ah, what do you want to know about that god-awful place? No one except, looters and the likes go up there.
Well, I mean, what kind of things, exist around there? 'Cause I heard there's been all sorts of trouble regarding it.
Well, I know there are some of these little devils up there. What are they called? You ever heard of a mitflit before?
Would I be able to try a lore check on that? No, probably not with curse lore. Occult, maybe?
Let's see here. Nature check or any kind of maybe maybe like a Fey check. Have you got something along those lines?
Nah, just curse lore. I'll try nature.
Okay. Hold up. Let me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes. Okay. With a success, you do know a bit about mitflits. And let's see here. Mitflits, also known as mites, are self-loathing and pitiful cowards, easily bullied into servitude by other creatures or even slightly more powerful mitfit leaders. And let's see here. With that, what else you would know about them? They like to tame, insects, spiders, and other such creatures to serve as faithful allies. And...
All right, so we're going in with fire.
Yeah.
We're not going to sneak. We're not going to bother trying to sneak. We're just going to burn everything down. We're not going through this.
So, they're also a bit of cruel tricksters and saboteurs, and they have acclimated to life on the material plane, finding distinct niches for their inventive destructiveness. So, yeah, that's a little bit of what you've heard about the creatures. And since you've heard of them, here is the artwork as well of what they look like to jog your memory.
Tiny blue goblins.
Yes, basically. Or as Herr Doctor said, demon kobolds.
How tall are they?
Like a mix between a
Tiny, so
Oh,
probably like
when-
a foot, 2 feet,
So-
maybe.
They're
So
small.
with a running start, you could probably punt it.
Yeah, well, they're classified as small, so they're probably anywhere between 2 to 3 feet. But yes, you could probably, Growler could easily punt these things if need be.
So grab 2 by an ankle each and just swing them around like flails.
Zengi faction.
Ninzard says they feel a strong spiritual bond with Mitflitz.
You laugh, Scott, but trust me, the moment I'm able to, the moment that presents itself to do a spinning pile driver, it's happening.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
I wrestle bear.
So yes, Yin also, lets you know that basically these Mitflits have taken over the keep and have been living there doing God knows what. But that's about all she knows. She's only heard a little bit about it from various people and resources.
Well, forewarned is forearmed. Now I just need 3 more weapons.
So, anything else you'd like to discuss with Yin or do anything else?
I believe that was it. Just do a little research on Gauntlight and secure lodging.
Okay.
Did Grawler want to maybe compete with people?
Is there still fights going on?
Basically for nights like this when there's no major tournament, it's kind of looking for a willing sucker to maybe bet against or throw down some money. So that's up to you if you want to talk to either Yin and see if she has any competitors there, or talk to some people in the tavern themselves. You might be able to work out something.
Or I could even try talking you up to get people to challenge you.
Yeah, be his ringman.
What do you want to do?
His promoter.
I'll just get up and walk into the quote unquote ring.
Yeah, it looks like, as it stands, there's a couple, we'll say like maybe 3 hatches, and the middle one seems to be more of the wrestling hatch, because you could potentially even knock someone into the other 2 hatches. Whoever goes down first into the water is obviously the loser. So, they generally reserve the middle one for wrestling. If there's no wrestling after so much time, then they'll go right into fishing until they need the area cleared. So, the middle one is still kind of cleared out for the time being.
Then that's where I'll head to.
Okay. So as you finish up your food and drink, you head on over to the middle hatch, and Yin watches, and she goes, looking for a little competition, are you? Oh, definitely a strong one here. And looks around and starts calling out, do we have any kind of competitors? Anyone here that wants to take on this new member here that's visiting Otari? And she starts looking around, and a few people perk up. And give me an intimidation check here. Let me throw that into the chat real quick. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with a. Let's just do that again. Okay. Yeah, you do have.
For some reason, it's got me as Crunk.
Were you clicking on Crunk?
It's
It
not
might
even
be-
on the map.
I think it's your account name when you log in, maybe?
I'm under me. I'm under my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a check as Grawler earlier.
Weird. All right. Is the +7 correct? Oh, let's see here. You're trained in intimidation, right? Just want to make sure that's all good.
I have a +4 for intimidation, which it did roll.
Right. Okay.
Just under the wrong name.
Oh yeah. Okay, your +4 is trained. Okay, so yeah, it looks like it's fine. It just, for whatever reason, has you as Crunk. That's weird. We'll have to figure that out later on. Okay, so yeah, with that success, even with the laughter here, you get like one person that, as you do that, the whole place kind of goes quiet, and you can hear this just maniacal laughter, not maniacal, but this just very intimidating laughter come out. And one person stands up, he's like, yeah, I'll take it. And it's a dwarf, this just real sturdy, just haggard looking dwarf comes, he's like, I'll wrestle the big oaf, and just trots right on up. and puts out his hand to shake yours. There, Growler.
I grab his hand, and then I'm just gonna pick him up.
Okay, so with that, we'll do an athletics check to go pick him up. So let me give you a check here for that.
Does this catch him flat-footed,
Uh,
or was he expecting it?
he was probably expecting it. Go ahead and click on that athletics check there in chat.
This one does not give me the correct modifier, so it's still got me under crunk.
Okay, weird. All right, and you're
Say,
clicking on.
roll plus. It's after the athletics check that you linked, giving me a +5. I should have a +7.
Right. Okay. You got your token clicked, or
Yeah, I've got him clicked. Wonder if
Try
it's-
hitting escape to clear out all of your tokens, and then just click yours. Or no,
What now?
never mind. It doesn't work anymore.
Upside middle
You used to be
wise.
able to clear tokens by hitting escape, and now it just does the reload application thing.
That sometimes helps. Since
yeah, I don't know what's going on. That's a little weird. You're still getting crunk coming up when you click on it.
I'm getting both.
Now you're getting both.
Yeah.
All right.
So somehow the game must have me targeting both mine and Crunk's token.
All right. Try logging out real quick while we work out these technical difficulties here.
Also, try unpausing the game, Andy.
It is unpaused.
it is.
It's still paused
Oh.
for me.
It still says paused on mine.
Oh,
Not
weird.
say paused on mine.
Yeah. All right. Either both of you try reloading or log out and log back in.
Reload again for dinner.
Let's see something here. And there we go. Do another quick thing here. Oh, there you are down there. And Growler. Okay, that's been fixed. Alright, let me know when you're back in. In the meantime, what is Narknad doing?
I'm in.
I know you're in. What are you doing in the Crook's Nook here?
I am testing to see if the pause thing is active, and it's not.
Alright, let me double check the invitation link so I can see. Yeah, alright, the internet's good as well.
Okay, I am in.
Alright,
Game does not say it is paused anymore.
okay,
I can move my token.
very good.
And if I hit the athletics skill check that you still have in chat,
Yes.
it still brings up both me and Crunk.
What is going on there?
That's alright, because I could close out Crunk's and use the one
Is
that's
this-
mine. So
Is this token hidden somewhere on the map?
he took Crunk's token off the map.
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
If you could bring up his token for a second.
Okay. Alright, let me bring him down.
I've got his token is highlighted on my
Okay.
screen.
Try hitting escape while he's highlighted on your keyboard there. Does it get rid of the highlighting?
Oh
When
no,
I hit
escape
escape,
doesn't do
it
that
just
anymore.
says reload application or log out.
Alright, I've deleted him. He has been deleted from the game. Alright,
It's kind of extreme.
try the try the athletic skill check again now. You should only have
Yeah,
brawler.
it's just mine.
Okay. That was very strange. I don't know why that was happening.
It's,
Ninzard,
it's
thank you
pretty
for
crazy.
the suggestion on the pause on pause. Okay, go ahead and give me that athletics check as this dwarf rolls up. Oh, shit. Oh, critical success. Okay, so you got it by 10. So not only do you grab him and pick him up, but he feebly fails to attempt to, expecting something, because, dwarves and orcs probably aren't the best combined when they're not on the battlefield. So he was expecting some kind of underhanded trickery from you, and sure enough, you caught him unaware of your, strength and your trained abilities in athletics, and you already just grab him and lift him up, and he's starting to wriggle and writhe. He's like, this is not right. What are you doing here, man? Come on now. And he starts wrestling and trying to wriggle out of your grasp. And let's see here, while we're doing that, throw a little combat music in here for this wrestling match. All right, so you've got the dwarf in your hands. You've grasped him and picked him up. What are you doing with him?
I raise him to the full extent of my reach and just drill him into the ground.
You're throwing him into the ground?
I'm just full height extension, and then just whipping him down.
Okay.
A full ragdoll style.
So yeah, you lift him up and you just whip him down onto the ground, and you throw him down so hard that you hear everything shake and shatter, and Yin's like, "Whoa, that's a little bit much there. Not so hard here, my friend." And what do you do next? As you knock this dwarf onto the ground.
I would just like to reach down, grab him by the face, and deposit him out of the hatch.
Okay. Let me give you another check here. A little different DC, because you've definitely stunned this dwarf. Go ahead and roll against that athletics check.
Girl just palms a basketball.
Oh, what do we got here? Okay, that is a success. And you see that the dwarf, surprised by what happened and winded a little bit as he's kind of wheezing. He's like, kind of almost had the air knocked out of him, tries to roll out of the way, but you do grasp him, and you just kind of shunt him into the hatch.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And just skeet shoot him right in there.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So you just kind of, I don't know how you do it. Maybe just put your foot on him and just kind of kick him and slide him across the floor or something. But he goes and he starts sliding across the ground and goes to grasp for the edge. Let's see if he can even make it. We'll get a D20 here plus, we'll say that. Okay. He is able to, well, yeah, it should have been a reflex save, but that's good enough. 15. He does, and is able to kind of grasp himself as he's about to slide out, and you see him. It's funny. He kind of goes head first through through the hatch, but he somehow is able to catch himself with his feet, and he's dangling by his toes, basically. Like, his feet are really taut, and he's holding himself upside down. He's like, "You're not gonna get the best of me that way!" And he starts to scrabble and grab for the ledges here to lift himself back up. What do you do next, Growler?
Trying to quickly shuffle over, lean down and say, "Tickle, tickle."
Oh, no.
Just slam his toes. My
Okay.
fist.
Ninzard said the poor dwarf is reliving his high school trauma. Yeah.
It's just really little dwarf.
And Hair Doctor said the only thing missing is a Wilhelm scream.
I was going to get to that in a second.
I wish I had those queued up. Alright, so you're going to go for a slam against him, right? Alright,
Yeah,
so.
I'm just slamming my fist onto his toes.
All right, I'm going to give you a +2 circumstance bonus because this dude clearly isn't going to be able to defend himself against this check. So we will go with another one of those checks. So athletics, go ahead and give yourself a +2. Not that you need it, but, you know. Okay, base 9, total of 18, and sure enough, as this dwarf is trying to scrabble around and get himself caught in the rafters, you just slam on his feet, telling him tickle tickle, and he screams out in pain as you slam on his feet, and he just loses the grasp, and within seconds you hear a splash, and the room is oddly quiet for a moment as the wrestling match has ended. And then you start to hear Yin laugh. And she's like, oh, that is certainly one way to wrestle someone into the hatch. I suppose our orc friend here is the winner. And she goes over to kind of grasp your wrist, Grawler, and lift your hand up. Do you let her do that?
Oh, no.
Into the hatch.
Oh, no.
That's up to Grawler.
She goes to reach for me, and I'll grab her around the waist with both hands and raise her up over my head. Just, ah!
She's a little shocked at first as you grasp her, because she's like, she goes to, and our winner, and it's like, ah! As you kind of grasp her and throw her up into the air. And again, the place kind of goes silent, and a few chairs shift, and Grawler, you definitely don't see this, but Xylo and Narknad, I'm going to need you guys to make a perception check here real quick off of the chat that I've thrown out.
Sorry, I messed it up and failed.
That's fine. Okay.
I failed.
So, you see Yin go up as Grawler grabs her and lifts her up into the air, and you're just holding her up in the air, right, Grawler? Okay. So there's like a little bit of a yelp from her, not expecting Grawler to do this, and then, like I said, a couple of chairs shift, and then nothing really happens, and she starts to laugh and kind of enjoys it, like, well, this is quite the fun party maker here, and the rest of the people in the room start to, it's one of those like slow laughs where people really like, ha, ah, and then they start to laugh and you know, cheer and shout a little bit. And then the place kind of goes back to normal after such, you know, afterwards. Well then, so you're gonna keep me up here all night, or are we going to do something about this?
Oh, yeah. I'll set her down.
Okay. And she straightens herself out real quick, and then goes, well, then I will remember not to do that for next time. But, yes, we do have a winner here. So, definitely want to join us for one of our monthly competitions the next time we have one. And she just kind of eyes you up and down, like, thinking to herself. And with that, she goes, you know what? Rooms are on me tonight. Don't worry about the cost for rooms. And she thanks the rest of you for that interesting and quick entertainment there. Anything else you'd like to accomplish for tonight?
I mean, let's see. Got some information, secured lodging, didn't piss off the entire bar room. I think we pretty much checked all the boxes.
Yes, I think so. Well then, shall we fast forward to the next morning?
Sure.
Okay. So as you guys finish up your meals and your drinks and, you know, you got your little bit of information, you are shown, you know, Yin shows you to where your rooms are for the night. And we're all staying in the same room, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She leads you towards one of the rooms. We'll say it's on the west side of the building, so more towards this side over here. And it's a decent room, nothing too terribly special. You know, it has a few beds and whatnot. And she says, well, if you need anything, you can definitely check in with some of the attendees here. I will be seeing myself out. I have some business to take care of, and I hope to see you all later on in the future. I don't know how long you'll be here in Otari, but it's been an interesting and pleasurable experience so far. And with that, if there's nothing else, she will bid you good night and leave you to whatever.
All right, so I suppose that just leads to the nighttime ritual stuff.
Yeah. Whatever you guys need to do for the night, we will fast forward to the morning here.
Press for night button.
Okay. And with that, morning comes around. And let me take care of something real quick here. Yes. As the morning comes around and the daylight wakes you up in your room, you can hear the caws of seagulls and the rather nice and bright morning day come around. The clouds that had once kept, Otari in the dark from the previous day have gone, and the day is now yours. You can venture off to wherever you'd like to go. Are there any preparations you need for the morning, or are you heading directly for Gauntlight Keep?
I imagine I'd just be heading to Gauntlight.
Same.
Nothing I would stick around for.
Okay.
Don't forget to click rest for the night, Eric.
This should be top left of your screen. There you go. Everyone got it. All right. So, with Wrin's directions up and out of the place here, you guys can shift yourselves, or I can drag you on up to the fog fens if you'd like. But it's all the way up top. Whoa, what is... Too much is going on. Why is my screen freaking out?
So just on the other side of the forest then?
Yeah, I'll stop right there for the time being.
Alright.
So yeah, walking through the forest and following this well-traveled path doesn't really give you any trouble. There isn't anything that you run into, and you don't have to really worry about any kind of problems along the way. Let's see here. As you get towards the fog fens, on the other hand, let's see here. I need to grab out a journal real quick. Okay. So as you're coming through out of the forest and into the fog fens here, the sounds of frogs and mosquitoes mixes with water sloshing against muddy shores, all muffled by the ever-present mists that linger in the aptly named fog fen. As the mists clear, a shadow looms from the cloying swamp vapors. A sprawling ruin of stone and wood squats atop an island in the soggy marsh. The upper floors have largely collapsed, leaving only the stone walls of the ground floor intact. Above these ruins towers an out-of-place monument, a colossal lighthouse whose painted walls and iron-cased crown have resisted the corrosive effects of the surrounding swamp. Yes, you guys can shift on up to the Gauntlight here. And let me see here. That takes about a half hour's time to travel up to there. So once you guys get up and out of Otari here, you're looking at roughly about 8 a.m. that you're here now. All right, now we will shift to a new map. And let me just take care of something real quick. Alright, just waiting on Mike. And let me get the...
Yeah, sorry, it's been loading slow lately.
It's quite alright. Give me a moment to pull up what I need. It's got some good music and sound effects and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know when you've finished loading up, Mike, because I see you've switched over now.
Yeah, it's stuck at 100% right now.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Alright, so you are walking up onto the Gauntlight Keep here. And as was described, this place is a rather beat up and destroyed keep. Now, there are multiple ways into this area. You know, right here you're at like this gatehouse, so to say. Down here. You could muck through the swamps if need be, if you wanted to search for another way in. But that's entirely up to you. This is kind of like a playground, or how do they call that?
Sandbox.
Yes, a sandbox. Thank you. So you can either go through the front doors here, or search around and go through another way. It's entirely up to you. What would you all like to do now that you're here?
I guess I'll go look for the look around this immediate vicinity for evidence of the Mitflits.
Okay.
Since I'm familiar with what I'm looking for, would I get a circumstance bonus?
Sure. Let me give you... Let's see here. You're looking for evidence of their stuff, so we'll say... We'll go with a survival check, I suppose. And... go with that. Alright, so it's in the chat bar.
Alright. That die just skidded across the screen. It didn't fucking roll at all.
It really did. So, from out here, it's hard to tell at first, you know, with the swamps and everything, and the humid nature of this place, and the mists and whatnot. It's considerably difficult at first. And then you see a few things that look a little out of place. For one thing, off to the side here, you see a almost, not necessarily, I don't know, can you see that or not? Let me see from, yeah. You see this vine right here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That vine seems to be out of place. And it looks rather small, as if something might use that for some kind of traversing. Beyond that, there's also just... the place is just in real disrepair, so it's hard to tell what is part of the destruction of this place and what is part of the Mitflits and what they're doing here. But out of anything, that strange vine seems to be the one thing that's out of place that you would probably associate with these Mitflit creatures.
Should we cut it? Because we're not going to use it, right? That wouldn't support our weight, would it? Do we think it would?
Might support yours if you're small like they are. But the rest of us, it would not, I'd imagine. Unless it's actually just a rope that's been covered with vines.
I mean,
Yeah.
considering you're pretty much just bones, you probably don't weigh that much either, huh?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know their typical weight. I was not able to find that.
Can I use Mage Hand to see if I can like untie it if it's a rope or disconnect it somehow?
Yeah, sure. We could definitely do that. With your improved and amped up mage hand, you definitely have the ability to do something like that. Okay. So you're attempting to disconnect it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, with that, as you cast your mage hand, you are able to get a sense of like it's not necessarily a rope that's been covered in vines. It's more of a it's vines that have been woven together, but it has been secured from this bit of the rocky ledge here over to the rock wall and into this little, I guess you could say, arrow slit here. So it looks like they were using, for whatever reason, they have this connection here of whatever this little gatehouse is up to this side of the keep here. And
Gotcha.
yeah, you can definitely and easily, with your mage hand, remove that and get rid of it.
Sweet. If we're dealing with little guys, I think we should eliminate the amount of places that they can come at us.
Sure, yeah,
Use that.
definitely.
Yeah.
Wise words.
All right. Are we ready to go through the front door, or does someone else have another plan?
I mean, I will check the front door for traps as well.
Real-
Before,
Real quick, before you guys moved away after disabling this vine here, I'm gonna have a perception check in the window. Go ahead and click on that.
Boom.
Nope,
It's
for
for
Narknad.
everybody, or
Yeah, for everyone. All right, Xylo got it with a success. Okay, both Xylo and Grawler, as the vine splashes and drops into the swamp water here, you notice bubbles gurgling up from roughly the center of this section of water here. But nothing else happens, just some kind of air bubbles, and then that's about it.
speak, friend, and enter, you say, huh? Alright, well, bubbles aside, I'm going to go back to searching the door for any possible traps.
Okay.
I would like to agitate the water.
Okay, so as you agitate the water, the bubbles start to approach ever so slowly. So we'll say like something to about here, and then starts to move over to here.
Where's his last position?
We'll say at the moment, roughly about here.
Okay.
I would like to ready my great axe.
Okay. Narknad,
I
go ahead. What are you
I'd
doing?
like to throw out a telekinetic rend, and basically try to knock this thing up and out of the water so we can see what it is. So
Sure.
it'd be like 5-foot spheres in the water around it,
All right.
like
So
little depth charges.
the idea is you're. Let's see here. You create violent axis of motion in nearby space. All right. So you're basically blasting this thing up, and I got to do a DC 17 Fortitude save.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Whatever this thing is underneath here definitely failed. And
Okay.
takes 6 points of damage, it looks like.
Yeah. It should just be one. Sorry, it would be one, not the other. It'd be 3 damage.
Okay.
I clicked the wrong button.
Okay, let's see here. So, it takes a little bit of damage here, whatever this thing is, and then suddenly...
Well, if you amped it, then it's both damages, actually.
I did not amp it. That was
Oh, okay.
on my point. But was it enough to like for us to see it at all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this thing pops out of the water here real quick. It throws it up into the air, and then it goes and splashes back into the water. Did you guys see that?
I was
Oh, yeah.
out of range for it, so I didn't. Sight lines blocked, so I wouldn't see it.
Okay. So yes, this thing is a rather large creature, and it goes and falls back into the ground here. Those that saw it, Narknad and Grawler, if you want to give me a nature check here, I will give you the DC here in a second. Go ahead and roll against that nature check to see what you saw real briefly.
I saw nothing.
No, you guys don't know what this thing is, but because it's been damaged and thrown into the air, I'm going to need you guys to roll initiative, please.
Never trust them bubbles.
Nope.
This is the button. I'm gonna push this button.
All right. Now all it needs is to roll a 25.
Oop. There we go. All right, and we will begin the encounter. Ooh, nice little bellows there. Narknad, you are up with Grawler on deck. Xylo up next.
I'm just gonna do the exact same thing because it's area of effect. I don't have to worry about specifically targeting anything.
Okay.
So yeah, then 2 5-foot bursts sort of around it, non-overlapping.
Sure. All right, and
Would both of those hit him?
If you amp it, yes. If you don't, then you would have to pick one of the damage types to hit it with.
Well, I guess what I mean would it be hitting? Okay, it only takes damage from one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Never mind.
Okay.
Woo!
Cool. Let me give you a fortitude check here. Oh yeah, definitely failed. Okay, so it gets the full damage of 3. All right, so it's been damaged. And why did that not save? There we go. Okay. Okay, so it's been damaged, and Narknad, you've taken what, 2 of your 3 actions for that?
Yeah. Can I try to recall knowledge and on this thing? Give it a thought.
Sure. You want to use that as your last action? Go right ahead.
Yeah. And then would that just be a nature check again? Or?
Yeah, go up and roll on that nature check up top. If you need me to do another one, I can.
Strolling. I'll find it.
Okay.
Or will I? Not any better.
No. But
That's it for me.
to show you what you guys are fighting.
Ooh, it's slimy.
Yes.
A saber-toothed toad.
Yeah, basically. It's a medium-sized creature too, so it's rather large.
It's a dire frog.
Yes, basically a dire frog. All right. Now it's Narknad's turn. Grawler, you're up with Xylo on
Is this
deck.
that Battletoads game I keep hearing about?
Might be.
Can I see it, or is it underwater?
It's underwater, so you have a general idea of where it is because it got splashed up again. But it's sunken back down into the water. What would you like to do?
Is this considered like rough terrain or anything like that?
Where at? There? No, that would be regular, it's only maybe a foot deep or so, but once you get into here, it's going to start getting into deeper waters.
Okay. Oh. Ooh, my full 25, because last we saw it was roughly here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just
I'll give you that so you can target it. And I'm going to say give me a -2 circumstance bonus because it's in the water and you're not quite sure where you're hitting at it. Technically, I guess this would be considered maybe invisible, but I'll go with the circumstance bonus instead.
It'll be undetected. We know it's there, but we just can't see it.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, I wonder, can I get that real quick?
I think it is called undetected.
That's alright, I missed him anyway.
There we go. Alright, yeah, so he's got the undetected trigger. So that should be helpful. Okay. Xylo, you are up. Oh no, I'm sorry. You moved, you attacked, you have one more action. What would you like to do for your last action, Grawler? Did we lose Eric? Is he still there?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. What are you thinking? What do you want to do?
I'm gonna whiff it, but why not? Growler's an idiot, so he's gonna swing again.
All right. So the map -5. And don't worry about the circumstance bonus because I have the undetected section thing on there. Thank you. Thank you for that, Scott. Oh, yes. Okay, so did a... All right, so you got the undetected check, which is good. Flat DC check of 11, which with an 18 you definitely hit. And then, let's see here. It looks like you did hit. Yes, you got a 20 on your check, so go ahead and roll damage. All right, 6 points of damage to the creature. All right, so that is your 3 actions. Xylo, you are up with the creature on deck.
So I'm going to move on over to here. I don't see what all the fuss is about.
There's a thing in the water over there somewhere. It's a saber-toothed goo toad.
Well, I'm going to inspire courage.
Ooh, all right. Who are you inspiring courage to? Actually, it's a place.
Everybody.
Oh my goodness!
That effect is awesome.
It's like disco rave party.
And that will be using my focus pool.
No, wait, no, this is a cantrip. It doesn't use your focus pool.
Oh, this doesn't?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this you can do all the time.
All right. Well, then I will also do.
I feel like I should cue up disco music when you do it.
Right?
Let me see here.
You guys know
Yeah,
what
I'll take a ready act. Oh no, I can't. I already used 2 actions. Shoot.
Did
Oh yeah, and you
also?
moved.
Well,
Yeah.
I will use time sense to give myself a +1 status bonus next time I time out an attack.
Okay. So that's it for you?
Oh no, never mind. That's on the same turn. I can't do that. Shoot. I'll just take cover then.
Okay. Let's see here.
So yeah, I'll just take cover instead.
Well, there's no cover to take. You would have
No.
to. You'd have to be next to like a wall or something to take cover. Because right now you're just standing out in the open.
You could just lie on the
Then I
ground.
will move then for my last movement.
Okay. All right. Up next is the creature itself, and being that Grawler was the one to hit him, the creature is going to go ahead and target Grawler for its attacks. Let's see here. First, it's going to try spitting something out at you as it levels its head up out the ground. Grawler goes and tries to spit something at you. It's going to be a base 6 total of 15, which looks like it does just hit. So, a creature hit by this creature's slimy squirt becomes clumsy 1 and takes a 5-foot penalty to speed for 1 hour until the slime is removed. The slime can be removed with a total of 3 interact actions by the entangled creature or the creature adjacent to the creature. These actions don't need to be consecutive or made by the same creature. So, you are now entangled by its weird viscousy slime.
Grawler's been slimed.
Yeah. Alright, and then after that it goes in for a strike with its big tusks. Ooh, and totally critically fails. And, yeah, is going to technically use its last action to kind of take cover back under the water. Although it probably would have needed 1 action to go above the water to attack. I don't know. We'll go with that. In any event, top of round 2, Narknad, you're up with Grawler on deck.
Can I actually target it with spells? What's the deal with that?
Let's see here. on the encounter tracker, you should be able to click the target toggle. It's
I can't.
It won't let you?
No, I said I can't. Yeah. You can't see this participant's token, is what it says.
Okay.
So there you go.
So, in order to do that, you would probably have to take an action to seek or seek for it, to look for it, to try and find it under the water. Although you could do the telekinetic rend again, since you have a general idea of where it is. Okay. So, with that, go ahead and roll that DC check. And it fails.
Again, that should just be 1. What am I? Oh, it's when I hit the damage button.
Yeah.
It rolls both. So this will be the actual thing there.
Okay. 6 points of damage. As it pops up out of the water real quick and then splashes back down in. Anything for your last action?
I want to shuffle over here.
Okay. All right. That is Narknad's turn. Grawler, you're up. Xylo on deck.
Last I saw, it's still right next to me, yeah?
Yes.
And then there's only one option.
And that
And it-
option. Go ahead.
Really hard.
All right. Do you still have it targeted?
I had. I don't. The token's not there, so I don't know if that'll keep it targeted
Oh.
or not.
Right. I need you to do a seek action to try and find this thing. So let's see here. In your actions, you should have seek, I think. Yes.
So we lose our courage, right?
Okay, so for the first action, unfortunately, you did not spot it. Do you want to do another action to try and find it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oof.
Oh my god.
Sadly, it's still avoiding your gaze, avoiding your gaze because this is just murky, gross, fetid swamp water, so it's hard to see through it. Anything else for your last action? All right. Still unable to find it. All right. Grawler spends his time looking and seeking for this creature, this giant fanged, toothed toad, and is unable to find it. Xylo, you are up with the creature on deck.
Alright, so yeah, the Inspire Courage would go away, or should be going away.
Only lasts for the one round.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to try seeking as well. Would I be able to seek from where I am?
Yeah, you have line of sight to where Grawler's standing, so you have a general idea of where it's at.
Alright, I do not have the seek action.
Okay, let me throw that into your sheet real quick. Okay, you should have it now.
Much appreciated.
Alright, well now, question, was that adding modifiers? Because it's basically a perception check.
No, it
Right.
is a straight. It's a straight 50% chance to find something when you seek.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to try that as well. Do you want me to do 15 or a 30-foot cone or a 15-foot burst?
Let me see here real quick. I gotta check something. Double checking the rules here for it. GM attempts a single secret check for you and compares the results to the stealth DC of any undetected or hidden creatures in the area. Creature you detect might remain hidden. Okay, so what is its...
Because
Stealth
it
DC.
says, the GM attempts a single secret perception check for you and compares the result to the stealth DC.
Right. Yeah, okay. So all three of those checks definitely would have failed with a 6, a 3, and a 3.
That's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just making sure because I didn't see any total results.
Yeah, go ahead and give me... yeah, it was just it's to me. It's a secret check here. So go ahead and roll your seek there, Xylo, to try and find this thing. Okay. So you have that. So you have a success. If you were searching for a creature, undetected creature, you succeed against it becomes hidden from you instead of undetected. Okay, so for you it is hidden. And you can definitely easily point out where the creature's at.
All right.
Let's see here. Now you can see it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you pointed out this hidden creature in the water, which thankfully you're able to spot it now with a slightly higher vantage point than Grawler has.
All right. Well, I'm gonna plant both of my feet, square my shoulders, and prepare myself for the greatest honk ever.
Demoralize. Okay.
Honk.
Ooh, a 14. And let's see here.
Oh, I thought I had him targeted. Sorry.
Okay, 18 against its... What is it supposed to be against? Its will DC. All right. Yeah, that definitely... you get a success for sure. So it is Frightened 1. Okay.
All right.
Last action.
I'll blast it with a phase bolt. Oh wait, I can't.
Too many actions, right?
Yep. Inspire courage it is.
All right. There we go.
Yeah.
Disco. All right, inspire
All right.
courage to everyone. All right, those are his 3 actions. Narknad. No, not sorry. It is now the creature's turn. Then it's Narknad. All right, so this creature uses its first action to kind of come up over the waters again, and will lose the hidden condition for the time being. And then looks over at Narknad and spits at him.
No, you don't. Nope. No.
Oh. Yeah, it's spitting at you.
Toad.
Ooh, only a 10 and totally misses. And then goes back down and ends up hiding into the waters once again.
I don't want your goo monster. Keep it yourself.
There we go. Back into the waters to technically hide a little bit. All right, that is the 3 actions. Narknad, top of round 3.
It should lose Frightened 1 now, I believe.
I think it's at the end of your turn, right?
Is it the end of my turn? Oh, it is. Okay, sorry.
Yep, no problem.
I'm gonna just keep repeating that spell because it seems to be doing the work.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and hit that DC check. And
Aw.
succeeds, only taking half damage. Okay. My creature has taken 2 points of damage. Anything else for your last action?
Can I try to demoralize in his general direction?
Yeah, it's already been demoralized, so it's now immune for an hour.
Double demoralize. Okay. I don't think I have anything really as an extra action.
Okay. So then we
I'll
will
just pass.
move on to Grawler.
And I can see this thing now, right?
Yes. It was pointed out to you by Xylo, and then it splashed up. Narknad had, done the wrens and splashed it up out of the water again, so you have a pretty good idea where this thing is at.
Alright, and the Inspired Gearage is a +1 to attack roll as well.
It should add that in automatically, so don't worry about
Okay.
adding it.
Wonderful.
Okay. Unfortunately, with the hidden feature... Let's see here. Flat DC 15. Why is it still that? I thought it was easier to hit something when it's hidden. Yeah, I'm going to take that off. I'm going to get rid of that hidden thing again. Don't worry about that. Alright, so 25 definitely will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Alright, 12 points of damage to this creature. Oof, and it is in a bad state, critically wounded from that hefty blow from Grawler and his great axe. Action number 1. What is action number 2 and 3 going to be? Yes. Sadly, that is going to be a miss with the attack. And action number 3? Oh dear. Oh, we got a natural 20! Total 18! Which is a critical hit. Go ahead and roll critical damage, please. Once again, Grawler and Eric get the critical final blow. 32 points of damage. Oh, man.
See, I'm glad because when he does a baseball swing of that axe, everything is just going to be trailing down like this way.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's bad. It's just blood starts to seep out, and this creature is just no more as we come to the end of combat here. Oh man, brutal.
Gore and goo just flying all over the place.
Can I like prestidigitate that goo away?
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, Grawler, how does this end with your dramatic critical hit once again?
It only needed 3 damage out of the 32.
Stomp on part of its face, and just the axe goes up, and it comes down.
Oof.
Again.
Yeah, real quick, this creature just is no more after so much time. It is brutal how badly this thing is just destroyed and just chopped up, like slap chopped into non-existence from Grawler.
You ever see that scene in Scanners?
Right? Okay, let me double check something here real quick for you guys. Party. This is what I want. Okay. I think I have. Nope. That's DCs. Okay. And then. Okay, there we are. Party level 60. Okay, so everyone gets 60 XP for that, I believe. Hold on, let me double check real quick. That was... Oh, wait. I'm losing my mind here of how to do the XP correctly here. Okay, party level's 1. And the creature was that... yeah, I'll take care of XP afterwards. I'm having a brain fart on how to do that correctly. Okay, so combat is over. The Bardic Inspiration ends. And you have a rather dead thing in the waters, just bloody and, adding to the murk and the mire and the smells here. Get a real interesting smell as it, joins up with everything else here. Oh yeah, okay, so was it 60 XP? Okay, so everyone gets 60 XP for that.
Alright. Does it look like there was anything, like, in the frog's, so to speak, lair?
Yeah, go ahead.
As far as, like, other victims?
Let's see here. Let's see here. Go ahead and give me a nature check here for anyone that's investigating the area.
I'm a city boy.
And Knockdad prestidigitated the goo off me, right? You said?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, jeez. Another
right,
natural
roll
20
damage.
by Grawler here.
Will
Okay,
now critically hit the loot.
right?
Critical loot.
Alright, so. Yeah, you start looking around the area, and you do see the vines that stretch over to this. Come on, why am I not pinging? I don't know. Oh, that's because I'm on the wrong layer there. Alright, yes, yeah. You see the vine stretching over to this part of the structure here. And yeah, the idea was you were probably sure that only small or smaller creatures probably could have been supported by that rope. But as you're looking towards the north bank, up over here, you see a dead kobold lying on, partially on the embankment area here. And for some reason, this body has been here for some time. And you'd think that whatever this large toad was, it probably should have eaten it, but hasn't.
Probably out of reach. But anyhow, does the kobold look like it has anything on it?
From this distance, you're not quite sure.
I have 60 foot of mage hand. Can I pull it into the water?
Yeah, with your
Up high?
amped up hand and it being able to hold and pull more, I'd say sure, you could definitely pull along, and you can bring it over to you guys quite easily without having to, go trudging through the swamp waters here. And sure enough, this is a dead kobold body here that you've dragged over, and for whatever reason, this creature, unfortunately, this kobold here, hasn't been looted of anything. But if you'd like to rummage through its pockets and bags and whatnot, let me know.
I would like to do that.
Okay. You end up, as you rummage through the body, you don't find any kind of information about who this kobold was or why they were up here. You do, on the other hand, find 4 gold pieces and in one of its rotten belt pouches, and a spike snare bundled securely in a little backpack. So if you'd like the spike snare, I can give you that.
I'll take it if no one else has a pressing need for it.
Go for it.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that I have any of the skills for using traps, anyways.
I should have given you... Yeah, you have a spike snare in your consumables now.
Gotcha. Does that run off thievery? Does anyone know?
I honestly don't know. I thought that it
I'll
was
look into it.
trap lore.
Doesn't really give any details.
Yeah, it just says I can use it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens when I go to put it down. What happens?
Yep. The basic snare consists of a hidden spike that relies on a creature's momentum to lacerate or potentially impale it as it enters the snare's square, dealing 2d8 piercing damage. The creature attempts a basic reflex saving throw to deal with it. So yeah, there you go. You got 4 gold pieces and a snare.
I want to just look over this side. In case some terrible monsters over here.
No, from this side here, although it is kind of squishy and very saturated with water as you walk over the grounds, you don't really see anything that indicates any kind of creatures on this end.
The soil is loamy.
Yeah.
Wait,
All
not
right.
too far into the rushes, Grawler. We'll get the boat to get those out.
What would you guys like to do now that you've defeated this saber-toothed toad?
Can I walk up this path here on the side?
Yeah, it's not too terribly difficult. It's enough that you could work your way around if you wanted to.
Alright, I'll walk up here then. Anything special hanging out around here? Other than seeing the drawbridge up ahead?
Nope, you just see a rather dilapidated bridge up ahead. But beyond that, no, just this ledge, nothing really else hiding here. You would have had a clearer view of the kobold that was over here at this section of the map. But beyond that, yeah, nothing really else that you can see.
I'll come back down then. I guess I will start making our way into the gatehouse. I'll start out by searching for traps and checking if the doors are locked.
Okay.
What kind of a check do you want for that?
Let's see here. Perception. I'll throw the check in chat here for you.
Medicine.
Yeah, give me a medicine check. Sure.
All right, so before I do that, let's get some tunes going. All right.
Are you inspiring yourself?
Yes. Oh, well, this is only attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves. Never mind. It's not skill checks. Oh, well.
I was gonna say anybody inside would definitely know we were here.
Okay. Definitely have a success here. The doors to this guard gatehouse don't appear to be locked or trapped in either check here. So it looks like you're pretty good to go. Although the doors themselves look pretty dilapidated and just destroyed from the humidity and the swamp and just all the moisture going on in the area. You know, touching the doors, they just disintegrate basically at your touch and fall apart as you open and allow yourselves a way into this guardhouse here, this gatehouse.
All right, well, now that I've blown the doors down, shall we enter?
And why don't you guys give me like a marching order of where you guys go into here?
Right, okay.
Oh, we go first.
All right, so as you guys walk into this entrance here, swaths of mildew and mold cover the damp surfaces of this watchtower, appearing as green and black smears on the dull stone walls. The door frames in the walls to the north and south rotted long ago, while a few collapsed chairs lie on the floor amid small heaps of foul-smelling gray lumps. Thick sheets of dusty cobwebs hang from above, obscuring any view of the ceiling. And let's see here. As you walk in, you start to hear tiny, tiny little voices. Oh, this is so funny. Oh, we help you out. We help you next week. Oh, we will see everyone next week as we continue the adventures into the Gauntlight Keep here in the Abominations Vaults. Thank you all so much for joining us. This has been an interesting and fun event here. Was not expecting the RP so much in the beginning there, but it was fun getting these guys into the Crook's Nook there and getting them a night to stay for the night. And going a little off the railroads, so to say, here of where they could have gone and fighting this creature here off to the right, this giant saber-toothed toad. But yes, we will see everyone next week to continue the adventures now that we have broached and opened up the doors here. You know, we've broken the seal, so to say. And,
Next week with an asterisk.
Yes, with an asterisk. We are hitting summertime hours here, so it is going to be a little tricky. We may or may not be joining up next week. Just stay tuned for that. We will let you know, especially in Discord, where I will inform people if we are playing or not for those days. So if you haven't joined Discord, please let us know in chat. We will definitely throw a link to anyone that would like so. If you also want, if you watch this later on and you'd like a link to Discord, please just leave a comment and I'll get you a link later on. So yes, asterisk, we will see you all next week. If not, we will not be playing until the 27th of June. We have a bunch of things going on, people going on vacation and other life events going on. So this may or may not be it for a few weeks. But thank you all so much for joining us. It has been a pleasure as always. I'd like to thank Herr Doctor, Ninzard, Flame Loud for joining us for tonight's live stream. And if anyone else is joining and watching this later on as a video, replay of the live stream, you are all amazing, just as my live stream viewers are amazing and keeping chat going. Thank you all so much for joining us. And this is me, Andrew, for the D&D CR Exposed YouTube channel, asking the question as always, are your encounters evenly rated? All right, guys, we hopefully will see you next week. And if not, we will see you at the end of June.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Later.